Hello again, world. So on this session, I guess taking, I'm not sure if it's almost a complete 180 of the last vid on sharing my enthusiasm and passion for looking someone in the eyes. This one is, I guess, more so it's going to be on perverts and stalker, and I guess more so from the standpoint and view of how women, for the most part, they're usually the ones that's calling out guys, the perverts and the stalkers, and then the ramifications and consequences of that. And again, it's my 2 cents on that. So before I get started, as always, please see the disclaimer. There's no suing or legal actions permitted against me for the contents of my videos, whether viewing it consensually or not. My thoughts and views are pretty much that of my own, not of anyone else, particularly any employers who I might be employed with, etc. So going through it, I tell you, it's one of those things that's, this is one of the videos that I've been trying to make for quite some time, but with getting sidetracked with everything in life, just haven't really had a chance to get back into the groove of things with cleaning, own life situations, work stuff, but I tell you, it really always irks me, pisses me off to no extreme when I guess women, for the most part, carelessly, and I say that word, carelessly call someone a pervert and a stalker. Stalker I'll go into a bit later, but let me just get the perverted aspects out of the way. I don't even remember what Webster's dictionary version of perverted is, but to say that if a guy looks at a girl or looks at her breast, does she automatically go and call, you're a pervert for looking at my breast? Or are we saying that, we have the fruits, in life of cantaloupes, melons, oranges, peaches, how they resemble a nice pair of breasts? Or, to say that that's perverted, in that sense, or would the correct and better term for that be to be sexualizing things, or to, well, I guess that would probably be the best term, to say that you're sexualizing things, or, it's just one of the things that I take with me from my sociology class in college, and I think it's very profound when the professor mentioned it, and it was during our relationships and courtship class, was the simple notion and phrase of, if you can't talk about sex, then you have no business doing it. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to, and you really can't get any clearer than that. If you can't discuss and talk about it, then you have no business fucking. Okay, and I can't stand the holier than thou of some conservatives going through and saying we can't teach sex to children, blah blah blah, or teens, etc. That's what the hell is fucking wrong with things, all right? But again, that kind of branches off into my sex ed in America video. But just from that notion and standpoint, maybe it's the naiveness in me, or the romanticist in me, the romantic in me, to say that there is absolutely nothing wrong with desiring and wanting someone else, particularly the opposite sex, if that's what your orientation is geared towards. If you are sexually attracted to the opposite sex or the same sex, there is nothing wrong with appreciating the human body, and those are sexual organs and body parts for a reason, to be reproduced and for pleasure. And I can't really stand the stigma of it, of people trying to make it taboo and a bad thing. It's a hush hush, no, we can't talk about it. It's the please keep it on the down low. It's we can't talk about sex. It's like, what? It's like, and I swear, a part of me just feels like for everyone, whether it be guy or girl, that calls, someone a pervert out there, that's almost like, what? You pretty much revoked your license to have sex. Might as well go spackle and seal up your vagina, go through and get like a penis cap and sew it up there. You should pretty much have your license to have sex taken away for carelessly calling somebody a pervert. Because it's like, again, being perverted, I don't even know what the hell that is. Because in the grand scheme of things, whatever one person or a group of people find that's sexually stimulating to them and the other person, is between those two people or those groups of individuals, and what's consensual between those two. Hell, if someone wants to be wearing panties over their head, that's their fucking damn business, okay? Who the hell are you to be going through and telling them, oh, that's perverted? Well, maybe probably on the extreme case inside things, if somebody's going through and sniffing panties as, a hobby, again, maybe we can try to rationalize that and go as maybe he or she likes the body odor of the nether regions of same sex, opposite sex, whatever orientation that is. But again, that's their fucking damn business, okay? So to say that, ew, that's perverted, this and that, and again, it's all based on the consensual nature of what those persons, those individuals, or groups of individuals consent to and are involved with. That is none of your fucking business at all to be calling and judging them out on that. That is their own damn business. So it just pains me. And again, it's, I guess, the public shaming aspect of, oh, he's a pervert this or she's a pervert that, and you go through, and then already that's as tough as it is in life to go through and I guess find someone to have that, I guess, X and strike mark against you for being labeled and called a pervert for supposedly only liking and being intrigued and fascinated by what you do like for whatever reasons or whatever prior experience or conditions that cause you to like what you like. Again, that's no one else's fucking business at all. No one. And it's just, it just pains me when just, and for the most part, the repercussions aren't really that much when, oh, a girl is called, oh, she's perverted, but when it's for a guy, the ramifications is always, seems like it's, the magnitude of it is so much more. So that's why, I don't know, it just pains me, and I just feel like, what, for every time that you call someone a pervert or something, that should be when you are barred from and restricted from having sex. You just lose your right to have sex for when you call somebody a pervert, because again, it's none of your fucking business from that standpoint. You really have no window into their life, their experience, and no say of what they enjoy and what stimulates them sexually. Now, on the stalker side of things, this is where things start to get a bit shady and gray, because the lines of it can be fudged. It's not clear as mud. And there are legitimate stalkers out there, and for that in itself, yes, it is a very scary thing thinking about it if you're on that end of the spectrum. But at the same time, it's, I guess it goes into Facebook is the new online way to stalk someone. And, that's probably, stalking is probably the very extreme end of things. When you're interested in someone, you want to find out some prior preliminary information, pretty much even in college environments or even work environment, you go through, you might go, oh, this person usually is at the water fountain or take a break at this certain time. You might try to find out what he or she likes, stuff on that end. But to actually to a point where you're actually bothering someone and to be intruding there and even, I guess, causing fear to that extent, yeah, that's where the line gets drawn. And with persistence of there's a fine line between stalking and persistence in chasing someone as well. And again, the line to define that is also clear as mud. But I'll tell you a personal story of when I was in college. There was a girl that I really liked, Nadia. And I guess on my end, we were acquaintances, but I guess we weren't really that familiar enough. We've talked a few times, emailed back and forth a few times. And I guess when it came time to be her birthday, I guess I used the campus directory to pretty much, find out her email and just what dorm she stayed in. And it was her birthday. And I went through and I guess I just sent her flowers, on her birthday to her dorm room. Now, for most people looking outside in, some might go, "Oh, that's sweet and romantic and whatnot." And at the same time, that was also my justification and thought process as well. But I had another friend that actually went through and I guess shed a bit of light from the opposite end of, dude, you barely know this girl, and she pretty much received flowers from you out of the blue. Now, that's probably for someone that's probably stalkerish activity, and that would probably scare the shit out of someone. So, I guess in regards to that sense, yeah, maybe that was probably wrong on my end, but that definitely shed some light onto that. And again, I'm not saying that you can't go through and I guess call someone a stalker legitimately, but if you're gonna really do that, make sure you do have some absolute concrete psychological evidence or proof that that really is the case. If it's just a guy that's or a girl that might be interested in you, at least give them the benefit of the doubt of address them first, and then if they can't take no or something, then yeah, go ahead and file your stalker lawsuit and your court order of you can't be within 10 feet or 500 feet or whatever the hell, that our legal system does. So, but it's just point blank, the gist of this session is, and it's more aimed towards the female population, and I guess my audience out there, is that really, you really need to be more careful with your words, at least in regards to calling someone a pervert and deeming them as a stalker, even though you're joking. You might be joking in your own, but when you're going that into the public realm and sector, and I guess when it gets out of hand, that's when the repercussions, you're not really sure of how much the consequences can be from that standpoint. And it's just, for everyone, it's just one of those pet peeves of mine when a girl calls someone a pervert, especially a guy, for supposedly liking what they like, and then really with no concrete justification of that. And I guess it goes back to, if you're a woman, and everyone has their own individual thoughts and feelings, but at the same time, if you're a woman and a guy, and if you're in a relationship, marriage, courtship, whatever, are you trying to tell me that you do not want to feel loved, to feel pretty, to feel be beautiful, and to be desired. And it's those same eyes, whether it be from your significant other, from someone else, from a stranger. Ultimately, it's the same because they're gazing at you, I guess, with eyes of lust and desire. And it's so unless you're going to be saying, no, don't ever look at me as a woman, don't ever touch my crotch, touch my breast, kiss me, or touch me anywhere that's sensual, and unless you're never going to be fucking or having sex, I don't think you really have that right to be going through and just labeling someone a pervert, without just cause and evidence enough of that. So it's just being more careful, and wary of what you say from that end. And that's my thoughts and 2 cents on that. Of if you can't be viewed as someone beautiful, someone to be desired and lust for, whether in your own life, to be wanted, and that's just what it amounts to. So I guess from that end, I'll pretty much end my rant on that, on that note. So, but with that, I guess, I'd love to have some comments and feedbacks and some thoughts of whether or not you disagree, agree, what's your own 2 cents on that. So, with that, I'll see you guys and gals next time. So, take care.